So according to Forbes, the five largest, well, the world's biggest media companies are Comcast, the Walt Disney Company, 20th Century Fox, and the Tim Warner, and then Tim Warner Cable as well. And we're going to be talking about this. I'm going to be going through the different companies individually in separate videos and discussing the different companies they own, because I think it can give us, I'm going to let you guys know what I think about why they've bought the companies they've bought and how it is influencing us, and why it's so important for us not to just run along with what we're being told, and how obvious it is what's really going on in the world and in these dark and scary powers when we look at how these businesses are structured. So in this video, we're going to talk about Rupert Murdoch. Now, Rupert Murdoch owns News Corp. He is the owner of all of Fox, 20th Century Fox, which I just mentioned, 20th Century Fox. If you guys, when I saw this, I was like, oh my gosh, 20th Century Fox is the one you always see like in the movies with the, like the 20th thing over like a line, and it says Fox, and it's all like a big like statue kind of thing, and then the camera comes around like this. Like, I don't know if I'm making sense, but if you guys remember this, you'll know what I'm talking about. Now, that's interesting because not only does he own Fox, which is the news company, 20th Century Fox, which is obviously TV. So now that's now entertainment. You can see how we're really branching our fingertips out and how easy it is to kind of control more than one area. But he also owns the Wall Street Journal. So this is a very much more business related forum. So people who read the Wall Street Journal may not necessarily be so reliant on somewhere like Fox. But guess what? You're still being controlled by the same person. HarperCollins Publishing Company. Now, this is interesting for me because I always see people getting these book deals, and people talk about somebody got a book deal, a really good book deal. And I wonder why this happens. And I think it happens because, think about it like this. If you're a book publishing company, you're probably going to do the final edit. You're probably going to control things. You're probably going to find a lovely young writer or old writer, however old the writer is, and be like, oh, this would be such an idea for you to include this and take this out and do all of this. So you kind of have some control. And especially because you're being published, this is when people are in control of you or in control of any stage of what's your business or what you're doing. It's easy for them to be like, well, I think you should remove chapter 4. Like, don't forget, we're the ones funding you. And I definitely feel like these are the things that go on behind closed doors. And again, it's just showing us already, just from Rupert Murdoch alone, and News Corp. We've got TV, we've got news, we've got movies and things like that. We've got the Wall Street Journal. He owns Sky News, which is in the UK. It's also in Australia as well. So again, fingers in, when I'm doing this, guys, this is my like fingers in many different puddings kind of vibe. He also owns the New York Post, National Geographic, which when I heard National Geographic, that freaked me out because I was like, well, now I can't even trust what you're telling me about that. Because the thing is about these guys, and why I'm highlighting these things, guys, is I'm trying to like unlock for you how many areas of our life they're in control of the narrative of those industries. Did that make sense? I think it made sense somewhat. And so again, the National Geographic is somewhere where you think you're going to go for a lot of like really helpful geographical information and all of that. Well, no, because they're probably going to push and explain or twist things in ways that suit them. See what I mean? So yeah, so we've got that. He's also got GQ, FX, and I talked in a separate video, I talked a lot about him and his connections with the UK just in general, and how again, guys, and I say again, how many times am I going to say again? Again. No, but seriously, the way that these people are so involved in everything is so important. And the reason why I'm breaking it down is because I feel like sometimes when you need to break yourself out of a certain mind frame, and this is what I do with myself, when I need to break myself out of a brainwashing that has happened to me unknowingly, I've tried to fill my brain instead with the correct information, because then it's like undoing the brainwashing that I have had. And that's what I'm doing for you guys right now. What do they call that? There's a term for that. There's like a term for that. I'm unprogramming you, basically. I'm deprogramming or reprogramming, or helping you to reprogram yourself, because it's very real, the fact that they're trying to take away all these areas. Because just think about it, like just from Rupert Murdoch alone, you could wake up, listen to Fox News. Then later on, while you're walking somewhere, now you're listening to an audiobook, which just so happens to be from the HarperCollins Publishing Company, which is Rupert Murdoch. And then you go to work. Maybe you work in finance and you might be reading the Wall Street Journal on your break because it's going to help you with your work. Oh, amazing. Now you want to go home, you made some dinner, now you want to sit down with your family and watch a movie, and you're going to watch a 20th Century Fox movie. Do you see what I mean? So it's like every single level of your life and area of your life, you're kind of being controlled. And that's basically what this is all about. So I'm going to talk about some of the others as well, because there's some very interesting things I've discovered. And so yeah, definitely look out for those. I'm going to be discussing other members of the Big Five. I've also done a whole other bunch of videos on the media, and I think the series I did about the 5 filters of the mass media machine by Noam Chomsky you will really love if you've liked this video, so check that out. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to comment below your thoughts. I would love to hear you guys' thoughts, and of course like the video. Other than that, God bless you all, and I'll see you in my next one.